All right, and we're back. Just two crabs in the barrel,
Hell
just
yeah.
hating on everything and everybody.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? You know what? We're gonna do something different today as crabs. You know what? I'm gonna uplift. I'm gonna uplift. Michael Treat is his name.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because we need more. Okay, because a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, see, Red sings the blues and all of them. He doesn't care about black men." And no, no, no. Okay, so here's the difference. I care about black people like this, like Michael. Okay, Michael Treat, I care about because he's doing something for the community. He is teaching the youth about reading, which we really need.
Mhm.
Niggas like Floyd, okay, get rid of him. Okay, he's got 2 months. He's got two. I got money on him. He's got 2 months. Okay, like that nigga gone. Okay, like he is a walking statistic. You know him crashing out on scoliopione and getting drugged out and all this shit, all because you want some box. Okay, you want the box so bad. You know what I'm saying? You trying to prove it so much so to black women that you willing to crash out like this. I got there will be no Negro spiritual for me. Okay, there will be no tear shed for me. There will just be a well, told you so. I'm gonna just be like, I told you so.
Yeah, that
Okay, we
was.
need more, Michael. Listen, I'm about serious about opening up a GoFundMe so that we can get this dude his own. I want guys like him to have his own bookstore or library because you know what he's doing is what a lot of people are giving up doing. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have that many teachers out there. You know, there was this woman. Hey, oh, I'm gonna bring this up too. Um, so you remember like a couple months ago how everybody was on that that viral black female ballerina and
Mhm.
she was talking about how all the little girls were talking about we want to listen to Pound Town and all that other stuff they didn't care about doing the Clie and Chate and Renove and all that other stuff they
Yeah.
didn't care about that they just cared about Pound Town. Okay, so hear me out now. Okay, Michael Treat. You can say whatever you want that he's weird and all that other stuff. Okay, cool. But he reminds me of myself. Okay. Now, to be fair, he all he's talking about is books. He's not pushing an agenda. He's not doing nothing bad. He's just saying, I want kids to read. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we should uplift that. You know what I'm saying? As crabs in the barrel, yes, I will be the one that say, you know what? I see something that we should all uplift, and I think, I mean, I personally might just start a GoFundMe so we can get something started for him. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because we need people like that in the world. We don't need niggas like Floyd. Okay, we don't need niggas like Austin Holloman. Niggas like they just crashing out. Nah, I'm tired of seeing that shit. Okay, we need to uplift our people. Okay, and I'm for one. I want to start. Hey, anybody who wants that, I think we should do it. Okay. I don't know. What say you? What say you?
Yeah, watching the Floyd thing was it's pretty bad. It's pretty harrowing because yeah, like I said the lengths that these guys are going to over a woman that just makes no logical sense. It's not worth your life. You know.
No, no amount of box is worth your life, bro. Like, I mean, you listen. I love my woman so much, so like she's coming up here to New Jersey, and I can't wait to see her because I'm gonna be like, man, you don't know. You really don't know like how good, how grateful I am because god damn, you know, I ain't listen, I go to Texas and back, okay? And I leave pretty damn happy, okay? I leave with a full belly and empty balls. I ain't gonna lie. But that's as far as I go with it. But damn, I get the treatment from my black woman, but I can't say that for most of these dudes out here. But to go with this, right? To go back to the Michael Matreat thing, what I find funny, right, is that black men like this, right? Now, I know it's probably new, and I give it some time, but I look at this and I say, okay, so the dudes across the street were talking about the ballerina, the black chick that was talking about all the black young black women. Okay, but here's a black man, right? Here's a black man who cares so much about the books. Okay, he cares about the books and he cares about kids reading because guess what? Our kids are not reading at grade level. Okay,
Mhm.
we gotta point that out. Okay, a lot of these kids out here are not reading at grade level. They're in third, fourth, fifth grade, but not reading at third, fourth, fifth grade level. And I think we should say something about that. But I will say this: I'm waiting for the Dr. Thunders of the world. I'm waiting for the Bernard Rileys of the world. I'm waiting for the Angry Mans of the world. I'm waiting for them because they be the first ones talking about, oh, wait, Keisha ain't letting the black man read and shit like that. Because you know they be saying that shit too. Okay, so
Wait,
okay,
Keisha not.
Keisha don't. Well, Keisha's responsible for the kids reading. No, guys like that are willing to teach your kids. So what say you now?
Yeah, I
Now
agree.
I'm serious because they be saying it. They be like, "Oh well, like we need black men to teach it." Here's one right there.
Hmm.
Here's he got bullied out of his job. We should. I want the dudes across the street to be up at arms at that, bro. That's he's doing a service to black children everywhere.
That would be too much like right. I think they use the child or the children rhetoric just to win to score brownie points. You know, because clearly they don't care about children. It's not aligned with children's.
Well, I mean, they need them dumb as hell so that they can, fund their super chats and all that, so they can ride Dodge, not Dodge Chargers, an expensive Chevrolet that they can't afford. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Their next their next passport. You know what I'm saying? Like they need that. That's why like it's just sad to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen. I'm prepared to make. Hey, if we can get a group of people to be like, "Yo, we should get a GoFundMe for this guy." Let's help him open up his own store. You know what I'm saying? Let's help him open up his own library because nobody should be bullied out of their job.
I agree.
I
I
mean,
agree.
I'm serious about that. But
Yeah.
hey, let's see. Hey, see if we get that going. But all right. But anyway, all right. Let's talk. We all know why we're here. All right, Eric. We all know why we're here. All right, let's talk about Eric real quick. Yeah, how do I say this? How do I put this delicately, bro? Like I said, Michael Betree is one thing, but Eric July, I don't know, bro. Yeah, this ain't it. This definitely ain't it. And I've been saying this for I don't know the longest, bro. It ain't it.
No.
Okay. All right, it's time
And
for Eric.
I ordered my ISO one a week ago. Still haven't received anything. So
That's crazy. That's actually very wow.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So if
Shit,
I
man.
don't get it in the next week, I'll just risk it and reorder it again and hopefully get better results. So yeah.
I mean, the stuff that's coming out about Eric now, man, it's just sad. Like it's just like I want like and it goes back to my point about what AM1 said like a couple weeks ago to me. Well, to both of us, he was just like, well, Eric is going against the woke. No, he's not. Okay, no, he isn't. The guy is no different than any of these comic book character. I mean, comic book companies out here that are just scamming people out of their money. Or
Yeah,
I
but
listen.
by
Okay, good.
definition, he'd be a fascist pretending to go against you know the the ills of the culture.
But I mean, again, I think it as delusional as it is. I just like you can't fight them. Like I know that for fact. Like I just you're not gonna be able to fight them, bro. Like as much as people want to fight the power, um you are nothing more than an ant.
Yeah.
Okay. And considering his numbers, like his oh my god. His last video with the okay, look. I
I haven't checked his numbers in a while. They steadily dropping?
oh yeah, they're dropping.
Wow.
Like it's not looking good for the guy. Like he's really trying to ride the rails and trying to really get his culture war. I will say this again. The culture war the culture war is lost. Okay, like you have lost the culture war. All right, even if people were to like they're first off, they're looking for new faces because Eric July, he out the door. Some black guy, he not doing it no more.
Hmm.
What was it? Amazing Lucas, we all know what happened to him.
Yeah.
All right. Like it's not like, bro. it's Nobody wants to hear anything else, nothing more about woke anymore. Like it's almost out the door.
Hmm.
Okay? Like it will first things first, I'll tell you what's going to happen. The quote unquote liberal agenda is going to get even worse. All right? We all know there is no escaping it. All right? Number 2, conservatives can't really do anything. In fact, they're gonna be toe to toe with them. All right. I mean that's just, it is what it is. You already see it with Eric. All right. With the Soka sisters and all that shit. He is one and the same.
Hmm.
He's one and the same. Hatchet Dragon says Eric July needs to pivot his message. The anti woke message is running. There is no pivot. There is no. He's stuck. He's stuck. He has Blaze money. Okay, and another thing too, and I want people to seem to understand this, is that he went over to Fox News and what was it? The Daily Post. So you should have just said that. I mean, once you brand yourself as non-woke and all this other stuff, it's too late. You already got their money. I mean, it went from what, 1.7 million dollars up to like 3.7,
Hmm.
because you need that money to support, the warehouse and all that shit. So, but I mean, looking at his channel right now, which is 508,000 subscribers still, yeah, it's not really looking too good, bro. You could tell me, I mean, I'm looking at his community post. He's like, "Go work out," and it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
he should have been closer. He should be closer to a million at this point. But I just like he
uh,
hit,
it's
he
not
almost hit
happening.
a wall.
He basically did. It's like, well, okay, I get it. People, take breaks from because he has to start his business, which I can understand, and not even that. It's just he's aligning himself with heel versus babyface, which again, I don't understand why you need a guy like him who is basically leeching off of Young Ripper until he finds the next person whom he can leech off of.
Hmm.
Um, then he did the Google AI thing. Like that, just hold on a second. Let me just share this with you. Hold on, let me just get this, like this one right here. If you can see it. Yeah, right there. So this one
Hmm.
right here. No white
Hmm.
people. Google AI is fit. Bro, I don't,
Yeah.
this ain't it, bro.
Nah.
None of this ain't it, bro. Like it would be best to not even be talking about the LGBT or anything else like that, because this ain't it.
I agree.
It really isn't. Like I'm just looking at so these are the videos. So what do you then okay, so it's like basically what are you then trying to say, basically?
Mm.
Like what okay, I get it. You're not woke, you have a specific there are problems with the entertainment industry, but after that, what good are you? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
what good are you? Look at this. Hold on a second. Let me show you that these white people are not playing with this dude. All right, hold on a second. Let's kind of go crabs in the barrel. Crabs in the barrel. All right. So yeah. See these people that are just trashing Eric, and they listen. They ain't taking. I'm not taking this. This woman right here. I've been watching the stuff that she's been saying, and boy howdy, bro. Uh, damn. Just you know it's not even looking good. These white people are very angry at Eric. Okay, I mean, like, what do they say about a woman scorn or something like that? Well,
Hell
just
have
we'll
no
apply that.
fury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, hell have no fury, but it's not even at a woman score. And I'm like, yo, white people, Yo, they ain't liking this nigga, bro. I'm sorry. They don't like him, okay? And it's not because, like it's not for the faint of heart. Don't take it from me. All right. I mean, what else can I say other than, you try to appease them, they will show their true hand, okay? Like it always happens. I give it a few months before the real nigga wake up call happens because also like I said, the Rippaverse money been pretty much dropping bit by bit. I've been keeping up with it. The
Yeah,
next campaign's not even making that much money.
I would say by the election, you'll actually you can see it a little bit more clear. I think by then the writing will be on the wall for Eric at that point. I
I
don't
mean,
think he makes it out 20. I don't think he makes it out 2024 unscathed at all. So
no, I don't think so. Cause I mean, you got enough white people saying, hey, it's not even because he's black. All right. I think people are past. I mean, I- his looks are not the problem. I don't think that's it. The problem is that you have hold of money that they gave you and you're just what are you doing with it?
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why they're more angry at it. And then not only that, it's just basically what I see and what I've been hearing is that, the criticism of ISOM, Alpha Core, Yura, they're like, this is not what we want. You know what I'm saying? They're like, this is not the type of comic book that I would invest in. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's just like ISOM was a very terrible book for $35 plus merchandise if you bought it. All right. Alpha Core, a complete knockoff of General Zod. Yura, I I have I guess that's the only thing that, can come out of the Ripperverse because I don't see Isom being talked about so much. And now he's got Horseman. Like, what the hell is like what do you do you have any idea how upset guys from Marvel and DC are? Do you understand that these guys are looking for entertainment? They are looking for and for some people it may be political, which I'm not escaping from.
Mhm.
What I see is that a lot of these guys are like, "Yo, look, we gave you a chance. And because now you're like out here complaining, bitching and crying about how, you can't take criticism and a lot of people are, saying it, "Hey, Eric, like you're not really taking this, you're not really listening to us."
Right.
And Eric's like, "What are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? I am listening to you. But apparently, like if the only thing you can come up with is Horseman, I don't know, fam. What say you? What say you? What are you thinking?
It sounds like people are coming out of the fog. The spell has been broken to a certain extent, and people are just kind of waking up out of that sleepy haze that they fell under when Eric was pitching his initial project, and I think people it slowly starting to realize like it's not a good product.
It's
Like
but
people wanted
again,
to support, and it's like, okay, I know it's crap, but I'm not gonna say anything, because I want to support, and I get that part of it. But yeah, too many people are disappointed with the product. From my vantage point, and they're speaking
I,
up.
I was immensely disappointed with ISOM because I thought I'm not saying I thought I gave him a chance, to make a comic book that could possibly entertain people.
Mhm.
You know, I was thinking about it from an entertainment standpoint. Like we need people that are creative and making new stories, and I gave Isom a chance. When reading Isom, it was just like, bro, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be in comics, honestly. Like you were better off just monetizing your haters and staying that way because that's what people came to his channel for, like
Hmm.
to monetize his haters and talk about libertarianism and all that other shit. Nobody really cared about him making a comic book, and that's why you got even Trash Cast be Trash Cast be on his ass every single day.
Man.
And like, damn, Ethan Van Sciver really like you already like these guys, man, like you really pissed off the wrong people.
Yeah.
You know, those are comic book people. You know what I'm saying? They worked in the industry and they know a poser when they see one. So it's just like, say what you want about Ethan Van Sciver. I saw his portfolio. So it's just more or less like, look, you mess with the wrong white people, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like me taking over Star Wars and white people getting mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have that. You know what I'm saying? I will make my own thing. I will continue to start doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, y'all can have this, bro.
But I
You
don't
know?
understand why he didn't just have someone consult to make sure maybe if everything was on track, everything was flowing and looking good. It just felt like he felt like he could do it on his own and didn't need any outside help to that extent. Which no,
Well, but libertarian, okay, to a certain extent, I do believe in libertarianism, but you shouldn't let that also get into your business. Like
right?
you don't let your politics. You said to keep your politics out the door. Well, your politics are in there, whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that you move and everything else like that, bro. Like, no, like, come on,
Well,
man.
it's not like anybody was pressing him on his politics. He like made it a point to put it in people's faces, and I'm like, why are you doing this? No one asked what your political ideologies were to begin with. You keep repeating that I'm a Christian conservative, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, and like no one's really asked. Bro, just give us good comics.
No one cares. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Listen, Kyle Rittenhouse, that's one thing. You being a libertarian, that's another thing. All
right,
right. When you're making a comic book, you gotta understand your customer. The customer is the person that's going to be investing in your business. Okay. But if you don't want that to happen, well then that what you're seeing is right there.
mm-hmm.
And you can laugh it off and you can say that everybody's against you, but that's not it. The point is that, well, people have given you a chance and they are seeing that their investment is not being invested correctly.
Right,
So now you going out here and making all these live streams and trying to be buddy buddy with people still with between geeks and gamers, Friday Night Tights and heel versus babyface, which again I don't understand. Why do you need him?
right,
Right? Like being a part of the like I said, man. Listen, by the turn of I want to say November, we're gonna see a lot of people change. A lot of people. Because again, like you can't. And like I said before, and I know people are gonna get on my ass again. And you want to know something else too? And I know I'm kind of getting sidetracked. You want to know what's funny about the last few live streams that we have done? None of the Ripper fans have said anything. If you
that yeah. After that first stream we did, very first one, we had a good number. Now it's just like non-existent. So
oh
yeah,
yeah, no, because I'm pretty sure that some of them are just like, oh, maybe they're right.
yeah,
But I'm just pointing it out because I don't know if you've been seeing it, but a lot of the Ripper fans are pretty silent now. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
They're not as staunch and as loud as they used to be as because they would
Yeah,
go to everybody's channel and troll the hell out of anybody that said anything negative. Now it's not so much. Yeah,
yeah. I said, listen, and AM1's here, okay, AM1, okay. I'm gonna put you on the crabs in the barrel right now. All right, listen, just because you bought the book does not mean anything. Okay, I'm gonna have to roast you. Okay, there's no malice, no beef, no hatred. Just because listen, just because somebody is non woke does not mean it is a good product. Okay, just because, and I've said this before, you can say everything else. Oh, entertainment industry is this and that. Let me be clear with you. This is the entertainment industry. If and no matter if you're a freelancer or union, you are taking their money. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. Okay. I understand the mission every day when I go to work, every day when I go to somebody's venue or anything else. I understand the mission to get it up, get the show going, take the check, and go home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's I. We got to leave it there. Okay, I leave my feelings at the door. If I see something I don't like, I don't say anything. Okay, I might have a few things I might want to say, but I don't say it. Okay, I don't say it because money's on the line, my employment's on the line, and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? I see AM1.
Yeah.
Maybe he's doing the comic book to draw attention to his broader message, pointing out
It's just,
social. Nah, AM1.
that
No,
never
he's
ends well. And we all know better. That never
come on,
ever ends well.
come on, AM1.
That was the
Don't.
whole reason why we were rebelling against DC and Marvel to begin with, because of the inclusion of other messages that we didn't want. So
And
he turned around and did the same thing the big two are doing.
and then not only that, it's just like bro, it's just once you have the two sisters that were talking about like very questionable things, and they're doing Yura. Well, I gotcha. Now what? Now what? Because what? Listen, man, I don't know if you've been following it. He's got the liberals in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And guess
But
what he said? And what he said is that some politics don't matter. You seriously right? You're right. You see you really? Because last time I checked, they did, according to all the videos that you still make.
yeah, definitely by November, we'll see a clear demarcation line, and I think his support will start to dwindle pretty badly.
And I mean that's unfortunate, man. I really had hope for Eric July, and I just think it's just time to like I said, just looking at the culture war now, and people still making that sort of content. It's just more or less like, all right, look, dude, I'm gonna say this. Man, I might as well just have like a tape recorder and just put it up to the microphone, because I'll keep on saying it. All right. Okay. All right. Let me just say it one more time. If woke were to be gone today, all right. If Hollywood were to go down today, all right. Hollywood just disappears. Right. They just. All right. We have no more woke people. Hollywood is destroyed. Right. All the actors and actresses that push all of the stuff that we don't like to see, they're gone. All right. They are no more. All right. What do you have tomorrow for the people that goes back into the philosophy of entertainment? That goes back into why people watch something, or why people pick up a comic book or a video game or something else like that. Do you have anything for the people that will just entertain people?
Well, with that being said, let me ask you. So, where do the fans, where do they go from here now? Because clearly Eric is not the one.
Um, I'm not saying there's nowhere for them to go. I think that's just giving up. I said, and I quote, and I think this should be an inspiration to most people. Okay, we can make fun of Eric July. We can say how disappointing he is. But this is a great time for many people, many creatives to do their own thing. Okay, if you have an idea, it's good to. I agree with Eric on the point where you should get your stuff out, because listen, Eric needs a real swift kick in the ass that he is not. Like there are good writers and comic book writers and anime writers. There are much people better than him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't don't look at him and look at his YouTube channel and look at his numbers and say, you know what, I'm gonna support Eric July because Eric July. No, save your money. Okay, get to work. Okay, that's what I could say to you. Support people whom you want to support. I'm not saying don't give Eric July support. I mean, considering he's pretty much gonna need it. Um, just I would say it's high time that people started making their own stuff. Like I'm being honest with you. Like I have like just shaking people, like just wake up, dude. Like just make your own shit, man. Like, come on, man. Like it, you know. Hey,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's all I got. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got for Eric July, man. I'm just, the amount of it, but I'm just saying the amount of angry white people. And then he goes on to say, and then he did say in his stream, like, what did he say? Something about racism, and I'm like, oh, so it does exist now.
Mhm.
Oh, it does exist. That's interesting. That's okay. Very interesting. I think we got a super chat.
Yeah, so
Um,
let me catch it real quick. Shout out to Tavares the Guru. Thanks for attending the super chat. Sly, tell these fools to get the likes up. Salute to Sly and Red. Also, play the Eric July dance video for the one time. Gee, Lord.
oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Would I suggest subject people to that? Actually, nah. You know what? There is something that I did see from Say Cheese. I don't know if you know that
Say Cheese TV?
yeah, Say Cheese
Yeah,
TV.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
Eric
yeah, yeah, yeah.
July was on there. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it. Eric July. Hold on. Damn it. Eric July Say Cheese TV. Let's see if it's still there. I'll give you guys this. I'll give you guys this. There's like two. I guess we'll play like two of them if I can find them.
Yeah, no more than
And,
two because I can't stomach.
oh,
I
dude.
can't stomach more than that.
Dancing. Hold on a second. Eric July rap. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. If I can find the shit. I mean, he is on Say Cheese TV, and he
Oh.
does. He says a few things, and I'm just like, oh boy. Hold on a second. Yeah, let me just play this, and I'll find the other one. Hold on a second. Say Cheese, Eric July. Just hold on. He finna say some stuff, and I just want people to. This is on record that he said this. Now, give me a second. All right, got it. All right, give me 1 second.
White fans versus black fans.
Yeah.
Biggest difference.
Biggest difference. Well, white fans they're a lot more, let's say, if you take metal, these guys, they do the genre. They perform the genre. Fans, like a lot of them, probably most of them, the male fans, they're guitarists or they're drummers or they're vocalists themselves, even if that's some little local band. But the biggest difference is the fact that, when you look at brothers and you look at black folk, everybody wants to be a rapper, something like that. Let's just go, that's an example. All these black males, they want to be a rapper. They think they can rap. So the biggest difference though is that those guys, in the metal genre, punk rock genre, they're fans first. Number one, they're fans first. Like I'm a fan before I'm an artist.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying that he's wrong on that. I'm just saying to myself, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, because when I'm an artist first before I'm a fan. Like I'm not in Eric's head, but if I'm a punk guy. I'm a punk artist. Okay. Now, for me, I don't like getting, people's inspirations, like I don't, I don't have many inspirations like that, but it's just more or less like I don't know, fam. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let's keep going.
Oh, my bad. Run it back. I closed out of it by accident.
Oh, okay, hold up. Oh boy. Let me just share the screen real quick.
Fans first. Number one, the fans first. Like I'm a fan before I'm an artist. With rap, it's not even the other way around. Usually, it's I'm an artist and that's it. I'm not a fan. You know, I'm not even trying to listen. Like I will, and I know a lot of people can vouch for this because they do it themselves. I will sit and go to certain channels, and I will sit and just listen to bands, local bands. I will sit and just do. I will spend hours and hours at a time of just listening to local bands that I've never heard of. That I see them on. I see they got a music video. I go listen to. You know what I mean? But the biggest difference is just, as I said, the fans first. So because they're fans first, the attitude isn't, all right, well, you're doing this, so you're going to be better than me. That's never the attitude. And metal is and punk is so diverse, so where that's cool. Like you got guys that do a lot of singing. They heavy, and they might do a lot of singing. And you got guys that do a lot of screaming. You know,
I mean, to me, it's like more or less of a like what genre are you talking about? Because punk is like there are so many punk. There's fast punk. There's grunge rock, which is a subsidiary of punk. There's shoegaze. There's screamo. There's emo. There's so many punks out there. So it's like more or less like, what are you talking about? You know, I don't know. It's like,
I mean, but it's diverse. But ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, everybody's a fan. You know what I mean? They're a fan first, as opposed to rap. They hear somebody rapping, they're like,
and then they're competition.
Competition. That's exactly what's going. So they get envious.
Everybody's the best rapper.
Exactly. And everybody's trying to prove that they're the best rapper, as opposed to hearing something somebody did and was like, that went hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, and becoming a fan, like that's what I do. You know, I hear these other bands, and it's cool because when I was, if I'm on a little tour, or if I'm going to do a show, I always see bands that are on a ticket that I've never heard of. And I will sit there and you will see some of the bigger bands, like even the bigger bands, like you'll see a big vocalist. You go look at videos of some of these metal bands, you'll see a big vocalist and they'll be just sitting there in the back, just listening to this band. That's much smaller than them.
well, yeah, that's what happens because if you know anything about, like scouting, right? They scout basically. I mean, this is a East Coast thing. That's what some people do over here. We just see who we're gonna collaborate with next. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, right? My band and a few other bands are up for grabs when it comes to tours, right? Now, you can collaborate with somebody. You can go to them after the show and you can basically talk to them, but that's not going to, like guarantee you a slot in somebody's tour,
Right.
right? Most of the time, like if you're, like if you're out there, you're playing your gigs and stuff like that, people are in the back listening to you just to see if you are a good set for a tour. Now, what they look at is basically, how the crowd is reacting to your music. If they're not, interested in the music, then they're not interested in touring with you. And it does not matter, if you have even like a name in the scene. Like they want to see if they can sell tickets. Okay, if they can sell out a venue. Like I still do it. Like I still, even with my band, I still do it. Like I know that people are in the back listening to us and seeing that like we have to put on a good show, because that could be the potential for a make or break. You know what I'm saying? So there is that. So I mean, again, I don't.
And I feel like that's not happening with the brothers. That's not happening. They don't do that. It's more, well, I hear you rapping.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to try to one up you. And that's it. Well, it might be a friendly competition every now and then with metal, but as I said, ultimately everybody's a fan. And because everybody's a fan, the last thing we're thinking about, in a lot of sense, as musicians, the last thing we're thinking about is trying to one up them. We're more so like,
Actually, that's not true because we do, as no, I will say this. The last band that I got to meet is called the Invalids. They are a East Philly. They are a South Philly band. One of the greatest math rock bands of not even our time, but just like in the country. All right, they go tour in the UK. That's how good they are. All right. Everybody wants to do business with the Invalids. Why? Because they are one of the best top 5 math rock bands in the country, right? So like my shoegaze band, going up with them, that's a gambit. Okay. We know, it's a bigger gambit. A smaller band would probably take us to like just a mini punk show versus like a country tour, right? And when he says stuff about rap, it's like, well, no, every facet of music is competitive, but what say you?
Um, yeah, he's limiting. He's trying to box it in. What I I initially got what he was saying, but then he just kind of went left and tried to put everything in the box, and I'm just like, nah, that's not how it works per se. And if what he said was true, he'd be known for his music and not doing the comic book pivot. That's how I look at it.
Oh, gee, ow.
Yeah.
Like, that went hard. Let me get a CD. So many times I've been on shows with other bands, and the bands are like, hey man, can I get a CD? I'm like, yeah. And I'm saying the same thing. Like, yo, went hard, let me get a CD. As opposed to all of that other stuff, hating and all. I'm not envious. I'm like, this band goes hard. Because ultimately, if we do that and you build that connection, you can bridge the gap between their fans and your fans, and ultimately it ends up helping you anyway. So hating don't get you nowhere.
Okay, so you touched the artist aspect of being a fan, but what about the supporters? Black versus white.
Black versus white. Good question. Supporters. White folk, as you can see, they will get behind it. Even and they will get behind it in full force and in numbers. That's why.
No, they will not. Okay, this is why your comic book company is failing. All right, no, they will not. Okay, I will personally be the guy to say no, they will not. Okay, it is so like, oh God, Jesus Christ. I give white people credit. They are very cutthroat. They are very cutthroat people. Okay, like I said, there will be certain white people that will put you in a niche of just genres. Okay, some people will make it, a lot of people will not. It all matters about presence, audience, and basically if you can basically do a tour with a five set band. And if you cannot, they're not gonna
Yeah.
just support you.
Right.
You know? It's, I mean, with black people, we already know that it's a bit more like you gotta have more pizzazz with it. I understand that, but like with white people, you're giving white people too much credit. What do you say?
I agree. I agree. I'm dying to hear the rest of this.
Oh God damn.
They dominate like pop music and stuff like that, or why they can get a guy like Macklemore and Iggy who does something that's predominantly black, and they get a lot of people look at that and they're like, man, they trying to steal it. But as I said, you go to their shows, it ain't a bunch of black folk that's at their shows. It's a bunch of other white folk. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's where I disagree with him, because if you're in the state of New Jersey or New York or even certain parts of Philadelphia, there are black people going to punk shows. There are black people that do play instruments at punk shows. I don't know where in Texas he is, but punk has got the punk scenes up here have gotten pretty diverse. Okay, I've seen more Latino drummers than anything else. I've seen more black female guitarists. I've seen black guitarists. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this happen. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about, but hey, maybe it is different in Texas. I don't know.
I mean, so the biggest thing is that they will get behind it, and they would also spend money to get behind it, as opposed to not spending money and getting behind it. Like, they will go to the shows, they will buy the merch of a band and things like that, as opposed to the black folk. They do that, don't get me wrong, but it's not nearly as collectively, because it's going to be so much hating, and it's like, if we take rap, for example, each rapper has his own like backing, his own following, and they following gets so like caught up in, all right, well, I like this guy, this is my dude, I'm gonna support him, and anything outside of that, I'm just not wanting to have any part of that. As opposed to collectively, because it ultimately helps everybody. If you sit, I ain't saying you gotta like everything, no, but everybody has an idea of what go hard, and you know it's people that saying something in their head, they're like, damn, that go hard, but they
What do you? It's the same thing with bands. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen it. I've seen it. Just because people are dancing to it does not mean it's not hitting. Like, okay, for example, there were two bands that were like apart from each other. One's not here anymore, and it's called Gabagool, and it was on with the Invalids. Not well, they were like probably like five sets apart, but there was a difference between Gabagool, and there was a difference between them and the Invalids. And the thing is that Gabagool, oh, Robert Nielsen's from the PA Punk. Okay, so you probably know them. So basically, I saw how the audience, was. Basically, Gabagool kind of people were dancing and stuff like that, willing to support. Then you had the Invalids, and people were just going completely fucking nuts. You had mosh pits going and all this other stuff. So it like make no mistake. Make no mistake. People, people know exactly what they want. All right. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, but the PA Punk, the PA Punk is, bro, like, I mean, I can't wait to play PA Punk again, bro. I can't wait. That's gonna be the summer of a lifetime.
they hate out loud.
It's a threat.
It's exactly.
They see it as a threat, but it can really help them if they show it love.
Exactly. If they show it love and take it for what it's worth, it's gonna benefit them a lot more. And that's something that I had to learn, because, as I said, I was this same foolish brother. Let's not get it twisted like I'm thinking I'm above everybody. No, it's just I happen to learn from, because I was that guy trying to one up everybody. But I'm seeing more success.
I mean, what's changed? What's changed?
Well, I didn't like his comment when he said, if blacks don't buy the merch, that means they're hating. No, that's just how we are as a people. We're not the most supportive collectively. And I guess that it's hating. I guess, I don't know. I don't see it like that. Like, if that's the same argument you could raise with black YouTubers versus white YouTubers. Clearly, white YouTubers have way more support from their audience than black YouTubers. Does that mean the black audience is hating on black YouTubers per se? Could you make that argument?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Doing this than I've ever done, even with dancing. Being on a nationally televised. I'm getting shouted out. Remember, shout out to Cali Swag District. They was on 106 in Park. Go look at the tape. And they went and started shouting around. It's like, shout out to YG Ripper. So I got guys shouting me out on the national television. However, doing metal, I've got so much. And it's crazy, because even if...
Well, I think, okay, Sly, you wanted to know about how he pivoted into metal. I guess you got your answer.
I see. Okay,
I got your answer right here.
And if what he said was true, then he'd be a known black metal artist. So that didn't work for him.
Well, I mean, I'm just.
I mean, right?
I'm not saying nothing else other than I'm just. Well, I mean,
he could have been the next Seven Dust. Right? Could have been the next.
I don't know if you ever. I'm sorry. There is a woman. Hold on. Let me see if I can find her real quick on Instagram. Her name is. She is such a beautiful black woman. I swear to God.
While you're looking for it, when did the transition into comics pop off for him? When did that first take place? Or has he always been known to be a comic book head?
I mean, he was always talking about comic books, but starting his business, it started last year. So, I gave it to my friend. Hold on. I gave it to my guitarist. Her name is Metal and Coffee. If I can find her real quick. Let's see if I can find her. Oh my God. Hold on 1 second. Metal and Coffee. She is one of the biggest. She's one of the biggest. Well, she's one of the biggest black um promoters in the country. She promotes a lot of black and Latino artists.
Okay.
Let me just stop sharing this real quick, and then because hold on a second. And it's important for a lot of people to know this because I know promoters like this. Um this is her. She is a metal artist herself, but she also promotes a lot of bands. And my friend actually put her on to me because he's actually doing a tour pretty soon, and I think she is doing a segment on him. Now, again, you want people like you want people like her to promote your music, and holy shit, she's I mean she's a smoke show. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man, she promotes people. She will
Mhm.
actually promote your music. She will promote you on Spotify. She will promote your albums. She will do it.
That's
And
dope.
goddamn, she is smoke show. I ain't gonna lie, man. But I'm pretty sure if I would have asked if you would have asked her who Eric July is, she wouldn't know. Trust and believe. If I were to ask her, because I've talked to her a few times.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna finish this, and then we're gonna watch the other video.
Theoretically, if the numbers are same, it just feels a lot more dominant as metalheads because you look at like a rap venue, usually in numbers, sometimes most of the time they're gonna do more. But you from a support aspect, if I say do 500, say if I do a show and it's 1,000 people in my rap venue and 1,000 people at my rock venue. So the rock deal is just gonna be a lot more. It just feels a lot the era like in the aura. It feels so supportive. Like everybody's showing love. It ain't a whole bunch of people. Yeah, we moshing and it gets rough. But a lot of people like the moshing. You see people really looking like they taking each other head off. But the number one rule is like if somebody fall, you pick them up. So they're gonna get trampled. So even if we roughing each other up, we still showing love as opposed to these brothers. They start rubbing. You step on somebody new kicks, you gotta fight. There's no doubt about it. You got to fight. So that's the biggest difference is that you look at the fans, and because I was that guy, I've been performing, Bring the Beef, and seeing people start knocking their head off before my verse even come up. Charlotte just finished her verse. People already knocking their. Don't let it get to Jadon verse because if it ain't had a fight start then, it's about to start when he start rapping. Well, I've been on stage with doing metal and I'm screaming and I'm singing and I'm seeing everybody circle piss. I'm seeing everybody roughing houses, slam dancing, going crazy.
That's just. I mean, that's just the behavior in a punk show. That's the behavior of a metal show.
I don't think it's a fair comparison comparing hip hop to metal. That's not a good argument for hip hop. It makes the case for metal, if anything.
Yeah, it's just more or less like, well, anybody can like you hear the same chords and shit like that. Of course, it's gonna get people going like that. But that's just if you've been to many punk shows, which I don't think he really has. It's just more or less like, well, that's what happens. But sometimes, in many cases, that doesn't happen. I've seen it. Okay, if you've been to a PA punk show, which I recommend most people to do, yeah, sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, and it depends on like even new talent. Okay, if you're a new band out there, it's best to start in your hometown first. Okay, because that's what I've learned. I've learned to start in my hometown first in New Jersey, then branch out to New York City, Brooklyn. Brooklyn has a good punk scene. Queens has a good punk scene. Bronx, I don't know just yet. Upstate New York is pretty good. Then you get your feet wet in PA. You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't go to PA. I've done it. I've done it with like 3 other bands. We've done New Jersey, Boston, and then PA because they loved our scene. They loved our sound up in Boston, and then we went over to PA, and they just couldn't get enough of us. But with my new band, it's gonna be hometown, New York City, Connecticut, then PA, and then like because PA is a really good punk scene, but they very cutthroat with their shit. But you know what I'm saying. Let's hear what he has to say.
But it's not saying that it hasn't happened, but rarely or more rarely, as opposed to the rap, people ain't getting in fights like that. But that's the biggest thing. That's just one aspect. But just from the whole grand scheme, they're just more supportive. They're just more supportive and more willing to get behind.
No, I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I truly disagree with that. But what do you say before I get our next video?
No, let's get to the next clip because he, like I said, if what he said was true, we be talking about his performances at his shows, and he's on Rolling Loud and Lollapalooza and South by Southwest.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was like, has Backwards ever played South by Southwest before? Because I never heard not one thing from South by Southwest. You know what I'm saying? And South by Southwest is the biggest punk festival in Texas. So I'm just saying, like everybody wants to play South by Southwest. All right, I'm just saying, I know the Texas scene. This is some rapping.
So with it, it's your boy, YG Roper, you know what I'm saying? Oak Cliff, Texas represent.
And Ty City, come get your peoples.
And I'm on this Say Cheese, you know what I'm saying, TV. Well, we trying to, Say Cheese, they reaching out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's only right that I got to be a part of it. Shout out to everybody, the DF Dub, Sean Cotton, and, you know what I'm saying, like I say, everybody, I don't care where you from, Fort Worth, Arlington, Dallas, everybody, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to do it just like this, you know what I'm saying? They say we ain't got bars out here, but we're going to do it like this. Okay. You like Gaddafi. Before I body you, I'm sodomizing your soul. What I'm about to do just to get the truth out of you. No need to say no homo. I'm raping you and your bro. Hating and faking, no. I just can't take it no more. What is you waiting for, though? So take this photo. I should have been at y'all neck a long time ago. You finna respect this rhyming, though, and affect this domino.
Is it hitting Sly?
God, no, it's
not.
You
feeling it? Are you feeling it, Sly? Can you feel it now, Slow Super Sly?
Hey, the King said this was back when he had black friends. Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh, let's continue with this shite show. What in the hell?
Panoramic, take that. The Soundoramic can't last. Your bars like anorexic weight class. A mass. The most overrated, underrated, and y'all just constipated, gassing yourself up, knowing you suck. I heard around town that folk hating, but before the hating is an unbearable amount. I climb a tower and count to 10 and jump off the ledge and count another 10 seconds and shoot myself in the head before I hit the ground. Hold up, bro. I'm in this hole. We doing, you know what I'm saying, these flows. I ain't done, my nigga. Them bars kind of light. Let's do it like this, okay? Folk got a lot to say, but who really won't change? I ain't saying no names, but folk make no moves and always want to complain. Must be the fame, or that money in the vault. Because people really want to just hear themselves talk. People still crawling when it's time to walk. And worry about balling and it's their fault. I've never heard so many people blame a government for their own mistakes, not knowing to lick back crap or how politics work anyway. They just sit on the couch, back, and everything coming out their mouth is an act. Saying what really sound good on the track, but when it comes to change, they don't do jack.
You can tell this is 2000s flow because, yeah, okay.
This is definitely the Obama era. This is Obama era, Eric.
They just want to get everybody riled up for the wrong mess. And that stuff fake like phone 6. And they spread hate the wrong effect. So now we got a bunch of black people pissed off. Bunch of black folk ticked off. So the race card was the first to get pulled when they saw Casey Anthony get off. But I ain't saying that racism ain't alive, bro. I'm not fraud. I'm just saying it's 2011. Why we still trying to pull that card when we got black on black violence in our own backyard? People want to act like the shit don't happen and blame white men when they get charged.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he went there, huh? Wow.
Oh, boy.
Wow, he went there.
Nah, Ty City. Nah. Let him pivot in peace. Nah, get your people,
hell no. Oak Cliff. Nah, Ty. That's y'all's.
That's your people.
I'm about to say, your neighborhood. Come get this nigga. Yeah, come get this nigga.
I'm gonna get my lick back on your last stream. Nah, nigga, nah. yeah, make a live stream now, Ty City. Yeah, we gonna play your.
Let him pivot in peace. Hell no.
I don't understand. It's a contradiction. It's the form of fiction. We need to get our sons to listen to the real shit. Flows like this one. It's a lot of misguidance, glamorizing BS about violence. But how many t-shirts and RIPs is it take to realize we diving? It's just like that, nigga. Signing the flow out just like that.
Man, Ripper
Watch
got
it
them
rip.
fucking bars, man. Okay,
The
so
bars, son. I'm good. I'm good.
No. We gotta.
Ripper, as far as the entertainment in the DFW, like, how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to talk about how me and you speak our mind on Twitter. So, like, how do you feel about these other guys taking your moves and just the whole Cali movement, everything, man? Like, talk to us.
Yeah. All right, man. First of all, you know what I'm saying? As far as Dallas, man, I feel like the boogie is always good for it. A lot of people hate on the people that, you know, call themselves gangster rappers or whatever. They really hate the dance movement or whatever, that you really got Dallas looked at, whether you hate it or not. It was the only thing that really got Dallas looked at, so you can't knock it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make no dance songs. I just do the dance, you know what I'm saying? But I can really spit as well. There's a lot of people like that out here. And y'all just got to understand, man, it's like Atlanta. When they first came up, you know, they had people that was just spitting them bars. They had the Ludacris's and all that, but they also had their little step movement going on at the same time. You realize all of them, they came up together, you know what I'm saying? Right. And before Dallas even get on, you know what I'm saying, it's going to take togetherness. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, like, I ain't really tripping off, you know, I'm not sour really at all to the people I see in Cali. They doing our moves and stuff. I can't really knock it because I think it's a lesson learned, because I was part of teaching me how to Dougie stuff. I was the one that, you know, pretty much, you know, green lighted, you know, the whole movement out there, you know, with the boogie stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go research that. But I couldn't be too mad at, you know what I'm saying, Cali doing all the moves or whatever, simply because it was a lesson learned. I think that the city really needs to understand LA got a lot of togetherness, man. You know, hell, all the Cali, they got a lot of togetherness, whether you know it or not. They got the gangster rappers, and you know what I'm saying? Even when I did Teach Me How to Dougie, when I was out there, to see all that togetherness, to see hardcore.
Wait, Eric was responsible for the Dougie? Ah, shit.
Okay, well, that's what he said, I guess.
Oh, God. Uh-oh.
I'm not well versed in Texas rap history like that. I don't, them Oak Cliff. I see them your peoples. That's your era.
Yeah,
this around the time when Ty was this when Ty was in the business. This is era. Got some explaining to do, sir.
Yeah, you definitely got some explaining to do now. Now, I want to hear my name in your mouth now, nigga. Now we gonna do some crabs in the barrel. Ty City, I do not want to hear my name in your mouth no more. You gonna have to explain that on a live stream, huh, nigga? Yeah, now I challenge you to that. Yeah, let's go, nigga. Come on. All right, I got time for you tonight, but. All right. So we're gonna simmer down with the entertainment industry secrets. Now, you were talking about something about the music industry that I found very interesting in a live stream, and I forget what you were talking about. But I think Tavares said something. Hold on a second. What did he say? He said, "Is the Rap Beef label manufactured?" That's actually a very interesting question. What say you before I start? Kind of.
Yeah. I mean, look no further than when, you know, Cam and Mace, or not Cam and Mace, but Cam and Jim Jones. You know, Jim wanted to do it, and Cam was like, "That's corny," and then all of a sudden they kind of had and then they, you know.
I mean, most things about, you know, like, I'm starting to learn that even in TV is like manufactured, half of it. Even like with things in Maury, Jerry Springer, that's all manufactured, dude.
I mean wrestlers didn't teach us anything, but everything is scripted. Yes,
everything is scripted. Yeah. Even the NFL, you know, like we just got to keep our noses under, because listen. But there is one thing we were talking about Wendy Williams yesterday.
Yeah.
And dude, if you want to know like the real tea on her, man, look. So I used to work for a scenic company called Gotham Scenic, and they're union. They're out in New Jersey. And we had to do her set for her last, you know, because this was when Wendy Williams was kind of going like under. So basically, I was one of her electricians. I had to install her, you know, like that big ass Wendy sign. Mm-hmm. I actually did that. So and I can say this, not NDA. So I was up on the ladder, and I was just, you know, I had to, you know, test out the ohms and stuff like that because there were a few lights that went out, and I think it was because of the packaging that we did. I don't, personally, I don't know. So I had to go up there and I had to fix it. Lo and behold, like we just hear yelling, just yelling from somewhere. It was a woman yelling. I didn't know who it was. And lo and behold, it is, I'm looking at I'm like down there. I'm like, who the hell is yelling? And I'm like, who is that woman? And the guy had to pull us aside and was like, we're sorry for Miss Williams's like outburst and stuff like that, because she called me some very suggestive words. I'm like, what the fuck? What did I do to you? I'm just working on your fucking sign up here.
Mhm.
Like she almost kind of, because she was like rampaging, and I almost fell off my ladder because of her. And I'm just like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, and like the show isn't even on for about like 5 hours. What are you doing here? And she kind of was just like, I don't like this about my set. I don't like that about my set. I don't like this about. I was like, but this is what they ordered. You know what I'm saying? And this is your sign, which I cannot finish because you almost pushed me off of the goddamn ladder. I don't know. She was probably strung out on something, but like, the guy was pretty cool. Like her assistant was pretty cool about it. He was just like, yo, look, sorry that, like you almost fell off of a ladder because of Miss Williams and stuff like that. I'm like, it's cool. Like, I just needed to test out certain things. I had to test out electrics on the sign because it wasn't working. And I was appointed to that by my foreman. So I had to, get it done by the amount of time it took for the TV show to get on, like Miss Williams was like strung out on. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but come tomorrow, I watch the show just to see if, like everything is working. Everything worked, and she's like just fine. This was like what 20. I want to say 2018, somewhere around there. That's was like a really long time ago. Like that's like my Wendy Williams story, bro. Like I have came across Wendy Williams, and I'm so listen. Isn't that show coming on tomorrow? I think so.
Part 1, I think, is tonight, and part 1's tomorrow. Or part 1's tomorrow, and part 2 is. Yeah, I'm there, man. I gotta look it up. See when it airs.
Oh, dude, I feel nothing. I don't feel bad for Wendy Williams because I've
No.
worked with her.
No,
It's
nobody
just-
should. I agree.
I don't feel bad because Jesus Christ, I feel bad for the camera guys that I've talked to that work for her show. Like it always depended on her mood. Like sometimes she would give them like donuts and stuff like that, and then sometimes she would just yell at them, just to yell at them. I'm just like, that sounds about right. That does sound about right. But yeah, when Wendy was going under, so week 3, yeah, that was probably it. Miss Williams, we can only build so much with a $300.
Wait, he said I would have fell off the ladder.
Oh, dude, I was thinking about it. I was honestly thinking about it. But I was too. But when I'm on a ladder, I'm very secure on them. So it was just more or less like, and also I was holding on to the sign. So it was just like basically like, if I was to go down, the sign goes down with me. So hopefully I would be alive by then. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, but those are some industry secrets that yes, I have worked with Miss Williams and all of her glory.
Yeah, you've worked with some terrible people, and I mean terrible as attitude wise. Like,
yeah,
that's never fun.
The only person that I have, came across that didn't give me shit was and dudes across the street hate his guts, but John Legend.
Okay.
I met John Legend like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
He was doing a play, and I can't say the name. But it was funny because so I'm at the new 42nd Theater, and they have a lot of these workshops and stuff like that, and it's not apparent that celebrities do come into that specific place. So there have been a bunch of like Viola Davis has been there, like a lot of people, So there is a play that I think John Legend is doing, and how I met him was like I was in a waiting room, like just waiting for everybody to finish up and all that other stuff. His assistant comes out and says, like Mr. Legend is here, so just act natural, act casual, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And he walks out. I see this like mixed race dudes come out of nowhere. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And then stuff like that. And then he starts playing the piano and starts in his intonation. I'm like, wait, you're Mr. Legend, are you? And he's like, I am Mr. Legend, yes. And I was like, that's cool. And then I briefly talked to John Legend like in the elevator, just like, how did I get in the theater and all this other stuff. He just asked me that. I'm just like, man, I got in the theater, this, that, and then this, that, and the third. The dudes across the street would have had a fit if they knew that I met this cat, because they talked so much shit about how he's a simp and all that. But I mean, it's just like, it's cool people to he's cool people to me. I didn't have a problem with them, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I could tell you, man, shit. I think I'll save the Erica Badu story for like another day.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm petered out. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It has been a good Crabs in the Barrel podcast for
Yeah,
now.
for sure. Any last words for the people?
I give Eric July until November. I think the culture war has reached its end, and I think Eric's artist career, whatever's left of it, it ain't the wave, bro. So, and also, Ty City, I challenge you to make a live stream now about your peoples, because I want to see that, But I gotta get to my laundry, so I will peace out. You can go.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. You can find me Stagehands In. You know where to go.
Yeah. All right, bro. Have a good night.
All right, peace out, man.
Peace. All right, y'all. That was it. Crabs in the Barrel. Y'all have a good night. Peace.